Hi, I'm Jeff Lunde, Mayor of the City of Brooklyn Park, here with another edition of Brooklyn Park Now. We're here at Olympus, where you probably think of them as doing cameras, but what they actually do is help save lives. We're going to take a tour and see everything that they are doing, and we're going to get started right now. So now we're joined by Scott Larson and Tracy Dobbs. We're going to give us a tour, but maybe first tell us what you do at Olympus.
Sure. I'm the Executive Director of Sales and Training, and I've been with Olympus about 9 years.
So I'm Vice President of Operations here at Olympus in Brooklyn Park, and I've been with the company about 5 years. Welcome to the plant, and Tracy and I will give you a tour. Starting off, so this is our lobby, which is hopefully self-evident. As you can see, we have a receptionist, we have our sign there. The one thing you'll notice during the tour is everything is very transparent. Even starting with the stair railing, a lot of glass. So make sure there's no hiding. The only place of potential hiding is the luggage rack back there.
The lobby was designed to show the global presence of Olympus. So in this direction, we have a global map, and the LED lights illuminate Olympus locations around the globe. And we wanted to show this because not everyone realizes that Olympus has such a global presence. We have manufacturing facilities in the United States, in Europe, and Japan, and we have sales business centers around the world. So this is the photography that shows the other products that Olympus manufactures globally. So you see an endoscope, which is used to do an upper GI or lower GI procedure, which your viewers may be familiar with. We also develop microscopes, and then we're very well known for our consumer camera products. So as we move deeper into the building, we'll talk now about what we do specifically here in Brooklyn Park.
So, and if you look straight ahead, as I mentioned before, everything is very transparent. So that straight ahead is our clean room where we do our manufacturing. And our clean room is the center of this operation. Is to remind everybody, whether we're developing new products, human resources, R&D, manufacturing, that the clean room is the center, and that's where we build our products. The building is basically a big rectangle, and we have each of our hallways from a direction perspective we call it a street. For instance, this is West Street. This is kind of a main street for the employees, and as we mentioned, the majority of what we design and manufacture here are surgical energy products. So it's products which are used in surgery, mostly laparoscopic surgery, which have an electrical energy component, which is used for coagulation and controlling the blood flow. And on that theme, if you look up, even the lights in West Street are kind of shaped like a lightning bolt, kind of from an energy theme. So this whole building was designed with a purpose, and trying from an efficiency, whether it be innovation, manufacturing, and just to kind of keep reminding people from a branding perspective, we're here and it's energy. This whole bank of offices and cubicles is really our new product development or innovation area. This is where we have R&D sitting with marketing and even some of the manufacturing. And they sit together, this group by project. So essentially, again, in the collaboration theme, it's not, well, R&D guys are here, the manufacturing people are down there, marketing sits in a different building. People sit here, it's almost a bullpen type environment.
Cross-functional team.
Cross-functional team. So we have a project manager, and then we have the different cross-functional teams all sitting together. The other neat thing we've done with this building is we have, if you look over here, we have dedicated project rooms. So depending on the project, it's specific badge access for who's on that project teams. They can write on the walls, they can post their innovation, they can have product in there, and they don't have to worry about anybody coming up and maneuvering things, erasing what's on the wall. So we have 3 project rooms, and they're a big hit, and they work really good for project teams, again, to get together, because it's not the formal meetings where it all happens at the informal discussions.
So this is a product display wall to highlight the products that we manufacture here. This isn't all of the products, but it's our key products, and we can't take all of our visitors into the clean room, so we wanted to be able to have a display to showcase those products. This is the original cutting forceps that launched over 15 years ago, and you can see how this handle design is very, it's not ergonomic, let's put it that way. And this product design has been refined over the years, and it now looks like this device that you see up here. And this is the one we talked about earlier, where we talked to 125 surgeons to come up with an ergonomic design that worked for everyone. So it's really nice to see the evolution.
Everything you're going to see to the right is all our manufacturing space. It's our clean room. So there's different classes of clean room. This is a class 8 clean room from an ISO standard, and that's all based on the amount of particulates that are allowed. Pretty technical, but the lower class you go, the cleaner it is, and for our devices, class 8 is pretty standard. As you can see, we have very specific lines based on the product. So you can see the product lines above, and then the manufacturing lines below, where people go and manufacture the product.
You're going to give us a tour of the training center.
Yes.
And, so why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Great. Well, this is the Olympus Surgical Training and Innovation Center, and it was very nice to have you out here on April 27th
Yes.
for our grand opening. We're officially open for business. This is the outside lobby of the training center, and what you'll see on the wall behind us is a timeline which shows Olympus key accomplishments. And what you'll also notice is that we left a lot of blank space for all of our future accomplishments and innovations. So this is the first thing that our visitors will see when they come to the Training and Innovation Center. And as we go through the lobby doors into the Training and Innovation Center itself, an area where we have a coffee bar that overlooks our training facility and our integrated OR. And we really wanted to create an atmosphere that felt very much like home, where our guests feel comfortable. Oftentimes when surgeons or sales representatives come here for a training or a meeting, they might be here for a day, but they might be here for weeks. Okay. So we want to make sure that people have a comfortable space while they're here. So they're free to make coffee, get drinks, and mingle through the training center.
You've got surgeons coming, you've got people who, not surgeon, but who may be part of an operation that come here to get trained on your equipment as well.
Yes, absolutely. So we fully intend to use this for professional education opportunities, where surgeons may come in to train other surgeons on how to use our technology, or perhaps how to do a new surgical procedure. And we'll also use it for sales training as well.
These are surgical energy devices that you'll see. So the surgical energy is really for laparoscopic surgery. Okay. And the surgical is to manipulate and cut tissue, and the energy is to control the blood flow. And so today we have some hands-on for you with these products. So we have some, is it sliced heart?
You activate that blue button on the back and keep pressing. And if you want to stay on it, keep going, and eventually you'll start to hear that generator kind of change tones.
Mayor, are you familiar with keyhole surgery?
A little bit.
A little
Can you
bit?
explain a little bit.
Sure. So traditional surgery is done where they make a large incision through the abdomen, and then they put their hands into the patient, and then they do whatever surgery needs to be done. That is a very invasive way of doing surgery. What has happened over the years, over the past 20 plus years, is something called keyhole surgery, or in medical parlance, laparoscopy.
Okay.
So laparoscopy, or keyhole surgery, is surgery that's done through small incisions rather than a very large incision. So that improves patient recovery time, among a myriad of other medical benefits. One of the things that has come along in order to facilitate laparoscopy, or keyhole surgery, is the laparoscope. And all it is basically it's a telescope. And it has a series of lenses in it that relay the image of what is seen inside the patient back to a camera. And then that camera is projected onto monitors. Now in this case, what Olympus has done is gotten rid of the glass, because glass has its own shortcomings. And I'll get into that in a minute. One of the things that glassless videoscope, this is called a videoscope instead of a telescope, is that now we can put the camera, we miniaturize it and put it in the end, and it allows us to now bend our scope, and it gives us the ability to look in any direction that we so choose. So I'm going to turn the light off here so I don't blind the camera. So we can, excuse me, we can deflect this in 100 degrees in any direction. And this is especially advantageous because the whole point of keyhole surgery is we don't want to have to put in more holes if we can't see where we need to go.
Okay.
If it was rigid, like a traditional laparoscope or telescope is, we'd have to take it out and put it in a different spot on the patient's abdomen.
A different angle.
Exactly. So this is a classic high definition image of some objects, in this case some flowers, in a little box here. Now, it's difficult to ascertain whether this petal that's in the center of the screen is either curved towards us or curved away. And what you rely on other visual cues to help you understand what it's doing at surgery. For example, let's get my instrument in here. Surgeons will often touch something that's very tactile and say, oh, it's not curved or away, it's just kind of looks like it may be even cut or folded. And so it becomes a very tactile experience. However, when we toggle it to 3D, you can now see exactly what's going on. You can see this leaf is towards you, tip of this leaf is towards you. This is always a kind of a funny feeling when you're first experiencing it.
It's like the beginnings of a horror movie there.
Yeah, right. You know, this is always kind of fun to poke you in the nose, like this. Okay, and then because again this is a glassless full digital scope, that allows us to do this. So if there's anatomy in the patient that you can't see, you can adjust your scope. We're looking at about 100 degrees down and into this flower here.
You'll notice right here, this desk right here represents the nurse's station. This is something that you would see virtually in most all ORs, operating rooms. As you look across the operating room, you'll see there's monitors on what are called booms hanging from the ceiling, as well as an equipment carrier over on the other side of the room, as well as the surgical table. Now, this doesn't look like every single operating room out there. What you'll see often in operating rooms are carts with cables run across the ground. It looks a little bit more chaotic. This looks state-of-the-art, looks clean, looks like it's easy to maneuver through, and that's the whole goal of systems integration, integrating operating rooms.
So does that become part of the end of some of the talk has been about infections and all those things that can be, you talk about all that stuff running around.
Well,
And this looks really sterile.
Yeah, if you think about it, there's less cables and cords running throughout the OR. That's less things that the staff has to clean and ensure that there are no infection control issues.
All right, that's it for today's show. I'd like to thank you guys for the wonderful tour. Now we have a lot better idea of what Olympus does. So until the next time, we'll see you then.